Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello. All right. I'm going to jump right into this because, well, it's me, and I'm here, and you're here, and we're ready to jump into this. So let's jump into this. I'm Ben Dooley, MCC coach, I grow coaches. I'm here to help you grow. I'm here to help you get stronger and better and more confident and more solid and sharper and richer and deeper and just ridiculously awesomer at what you do, which is coaching. And I know you are already a beautiful, powerful, amazing, incredible, magical, fantastic coach. I know you are. And so these videos are here to stimulate, activate, engage, open up, get things moving a little sharper, all that jazz. And today I'm going to talk about the skill of designing the alliance. This is part two, because this is in tandem with the coaching skills forum calls that I do, which is twice a month. Oh, wow. If you're not on these calls, you got to get on these calls. They are fantastic. Coaches from all over, sometimes a few, sometimes many, but we all gather on a conference line and explore our coaching in amazing, deep, powerful, incredibly inspiring conversations. We've got a call coming up on Tuesday, tomorrow, as of this recording. But if you can come, come. If you can't, go to coachingskillsforum.com and listen to the recording that we did. There's like over 400. I've been doing these for 20 years, and they're amazing. And they're free. They're free. Why would you not be there? I promise you will love them, and your coaching will just grow and sharpen and deepen in amazing ways. And coming up is the topic of designing the alliance. It's a CTI phrase. I learned it when I got trained. I'm not attached to that language, but what it is pointing to, and we talked about this on the previous video, so if you haven't seen that, go scroll back however direction you scroll and go check it out. But we talked about, I mentioned about designing the alliance is really just the CTI's language for creating the agreements, establishing agreements, which is an ICF core competency. We're talking about building the partnership and the relationship. We're talking about establishing a clear design of how do we work together and what is our partnership and relationship. By the way, on a side note, when I discovered this, and it's probably was like a no-brainer, but when I got this training and coach training, my whole brain exploded because I'm going, why don't we do this in all relationships? I mean, if we're dating and building relationships and, ooh, I love you, and why don't we, this is about being intentional about how do we be together rather than just finding it out as we go. How do we be together, and what do you need from me, and when you get upset and when you get frustrated, when you get stuck and when you get angry and when you get anything, well, how do we work together? And that includes if I do something wrong and off. This is what we do in coaching, right? If I zig and you zag, if I bring up something, if I miss something, how do we handle this? This is all part of that designing. And one of the mythologies, talking about relationships, is that we think, oh, I designed it once and I'm good. And that's not the case. Because if you've been in any relationship, by the way, not just romantic, but if any business relationship or any friend relationship or any relationship, you know that the more you engage, the more you connect, the more you explore and go through whatever it is you're going through together, you start to discover things that you hadn't considered before, or new opportunities, or new levels and layers, or a new something. But you don't get it all locked in up front, but you get started. And then you're continuing as you constantly go, designing, clarifying, altering. It's not going to be clean and perfect and immaculate and miraculous the first time out. That's the designing part. It's the developing and the deepening and the growing. So when I teach it, I kind of expand in my class that go into more of deepening and designing and deepening and discovering the alliance, the relationship, and the partner. That's really what you're looking for. Your allies, your agreements. How do we, what are we? It is a very upfront conversation. And this is so important because A, we don't do a lot of this outside of coaching. Sometimes here and there, but this is definitely a part of coaching because we are bringing intention and purpose to everything that we're doing. And as I talked about in the previous video, if we're building partnership, we are building partnership together. So you cannot build a powerful relationship unless you are building it as a powerful relationship. You get that? I'm not going to go into that. Go check out the previous video. I'm here to talk about something else that is actually equally important, maybe even more important. And especially a little shout out to Grace, who pointed this out in her comment last week's call. And I said, don't worry, we're going to get there. And here's where we are. Because if we really want to talk about designing powerful alliances, allies, by the way, that's what that term is about, allies working together for a single beautiful purpose. If we're here to create powerful agreements with our client or our coachee or whatever you want to call them, if we're here to be intentional and purposeful and create a relationship together, all those agreements that we're building, those intentions, those boundaries, those all those things that we're building with our clients, we must have that clear with ourselves. Yeah, you have to have a clear, powerful alliance with yourself. I know, Ben, what does that mean? It's just me. How can I have alliance with myself? Well, it's pretty simple. Because let's take a look at if you've been in any of these calls, any of these, there's two parts of us. I bring up about there's the human part of us that's all about surviving. It's all about protecting. And that part of us is all about isolating. It's only me. I'm the standalone. I'm the only one. Nobody else understands. I can't trust anybody else. I can't depend on anybody else. It's me, 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 me. Fight, 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 protect, protect, defend, defend. It's all this silo, isolating. That's survival. By the way, all of us, you, me, we all fall into this trap. And when we do, when our human part of us comes out, we close down, we isolate from relationships. Happens to me. I've been married for 27 years now coming up. And when I get in my crap and my survival gets activated, I forget the one person that I'm actually here to be partners with. And when I'm hanging out with my friends, my best friend that I've known since high school, and I can tell you, when something gets triggered, I forget that relationship exists. It's a human design. And there's another part of us. There's that part of us that's all about savoring, immersing ourselves in life, enjoying, engaging, exploring, discovering, savoring all these wonderful, wonderful juiciness of life. And that part of us absolutely is all about connecting in being in partnership and finding people to fill in our gaps and filling in other people's gaps, and we are together. That's all that we're about. Now, you cannot connect to your client. You cannot build a powerful alliance if you don't have that powerful connection and alliance with yourself. You get that? If you're coming from a place of scarcity, of emptiness, of fear, of protect, of isolation, of anything, even to the smallest degree, it's going to be so much harder to build a relationship with anybody else. It can be done, but that relationship gets built on fear, built on lack, built on all those negative small things, right? You get that? If I come to you to build a relationship from my small, surviving, protecting, isolating self, that's what the relationship that you and I are building gets built on. That's shaky, it's crumbly, it's not sustainable. It's definitely not a place to grow. It's not a place to empower. It's not a place to discover and engage and expand. It's a place to exist, and now we're just surviving together. That is not coaching. You get that? That's not coaching. That's not a coaching relationship. And you cannot take your clients to any direction from that place. You must be connected to that powerful you. And that includes what you are willing and not willing to do, and who you are willing and not willing to be. But having that clarity. Notice those same conversations can come from that small self, that surviving self, that protecting self. Well, here's what I'm going to do and not do. Well, here's what coaching is and not. Here's what this and that. And now we're going to wrestle for who gets to be in charge of what, or who gets to win in the relationship. And this is where struggles happen. When we're building this relationship, look, here's my rules, okay? Here's you're going to have to do this and you're going to have to do that, because if you don't, then there's problems, and I'm here to avoid problems. That's where a lot of negotiations and a lot of designing alliances come from. Or I'm going to give up all of my things that I need so that you will like me. I don't want to cause trouble. So anything you want is okay. Not designing. You get, those are two major defaults that happen when we're designing alliances, when we're building relationships and partners. It's one precedes and supersedes over the other. Either I am going to be running and commanding and controlling how this works, and you get to fill in stuff where I think it's okay. Or I'm going to completely defer and let go of everything so that you. That's not relationship. It's not a powerful relationship. A powerful relationship begins with we, begins with a powerful relationship. I said that last week. I say it again. And so, this is where you, the coach, get to make sure that you're coming from that powerful, confident, solid place, connecting to this beautiful coach that you already are. What coaching means for you, why it is so important. And to be clear, what does circumstances, logistics, all these things, the things that are important to you, the things that are non-negotiable, not that you're forcing them onto the client, but that you're holding them with respect and integrity. Noticing where you want it's okay to be flexible. Here's what I'd like. Here's where I think my opinion says it runs best, but we're going to be flexible on this. And these are the things I don't care about because they're insignificant to me. They may be important to you and the coaching, and we're going to deal with that. But all of this, we only get to have a powerful conversation when we are bringing our powerful self into the conversation. And when we're designing in our coaching up front, that we are bringing our powerful self to that. When we are redesigning and making adjustments and tweaks along the way, or something new comes up, that we are connected to our powerful selves. Now, I will say, the human doesn't understand that. So if you're going, oh, great, but how do I do that? I don't know. I mean, how do I do that? That's just your human talking. Humans don't understand that. Your powerful self absolutely does. And if you still want a little helping nudge, come to me. I'll help you easily, instantly. Because I know that you're here. I know that part of you is here. That's the part that has come to this video. That's the part that stayed this long because I took so long to get to the point, for crying out loud. That part of that powerful part of you is here, getting everything I'm telling you and knowing how that lands, knowing how it's true. So practice this. Practice taking some time just to create clear agreements with yourself, powerful agreements, not from a fear base and a protecting and a small and oh, what if, but from this powerful, here's what I want, not what I need. That's your clue right there. Need is surviving. Want is thriving, growing. What do I want? What really helps me sink in deeper to this? What is it for you that pulls you into this, inspires you, opens up, engages, activates, allows your powerful self to be even more present? I could keep on going for hours, and I won't. But you get what I'm pointing to. You get to design the alliance with you first, and then take that alliance to your client. And from that place, instantly form a new partnership that will be responsible and committed to building and growing this new relationship. Kind of a chicken egg thing, but it works. And I will see you next week, hopefully on the Coaching Skills Forum this week. Go to coachingskillsforum.com and check out the recordings, plus all the other ones. And they're free. Go get them. And come back next week. We're going to step into a whole new topic. Until then, have a wonderful, magical, designing time. Bye-bye. Hey there, you beautiful, amazing, fantastic, delicious, razzle-dazzle, and masterful coach. Yes, you, masterful coach, because you're watching this, which tells me you are a masterful coach. There's more to learn, and that's where I come in. Go to bedo.org. You'll also see it right here. And go to bedo.org, and that's where you're going to find tons of other materials, resources, videos, recordings, audios, free calls, a free membership level, tons of stuff, incredible amounts of materials just for you. Regardless of whatever level of coach you are right now, you are going to find tremendous value and resource. And it's all here at bedo.org. bedo.org. Go check it out, and I will see you there. Bye-bye.